All right, welcome everybody to another IGC presents Valoris Tantibus Bloodbath Session 10. Start off with a little bit of recap from the last session. Player characters spent a little bit of time being wined and dined, as it were. They were given personal attendants, including a full new wardrobe for the masquerade ball that they were mysteriously invited to. They spent the day kind of looking around museums, kind of hobnobbing with royalty, a little time at the bank, and then evening hit. The player characters were ushered into a very opulent setting. One of the nobles was putting on a grand gala, but it appeared to be a parlay of sorts. The characters were ushered into a corner where they met Maldark for the first time. He bade the party to kind of put away their mortal desires, just kind of step aside while he could do whatever nefarious plot he seemed to be planning. The characters kind of took a moment amongst themselves, unbeknownst to them, being scryed upon, thinking of a way to kind of work both angles. It did not turn out well. At the end, they were given a few gifts: a lock of hair and a box containing the severed fingers of Zendra. They returned back to the inn, told Kosui what was happening, and Isao had given him a vision of the one thing in the world that was precious to him. He saw his sister. He rushed over to the mansion, causing chaos, bringing only one person back, uttering two words: Katori Mines. The players rushed over to kind of hopefully put an end to things, maybe save Zendra's life. They're greeted by Andrei Grishenko, the constable. They step in, the trap is sprung, and this is where we find our party.
Real quick, the stream is not live. Like, it's live, but with a cover page. Just an FYI.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Let me load the map real quick. All right, the door snaps shut. You can hear pilot lights ignite, the grinding of gears in the wall. The player characters have the floor. Grishenko kind of looks back at the party as he takes a step forward. What do you guys do?
I would
how dark is it in this? Like, is it reasonably well lit with torches along
It
the
is
wall?
not reasonably well lit. When the door slammed shut, the light went with it. What do you have for light sources?
I light one of my torches and hand it to my drone and tell him just to kind of hover overhead.
Okay. In kind of smooth walls line the corridor, roughly 10 feet wide. It kind of smells musky and damp. Nothing at all like a mine shaft or even a structure dedicated for, paperwork or a front. This seems very out of place.
Constable, how convoluted are the paths in this mine?
This is no mine. It's a trap, you fools.
Yeah, obviously. But how convoluted are the paths?
How should I know? I've not been here.
That's all I need to know.
We can ask the owner when we find him, beat him down. On your guys' map, as you move, you won't see it, but the tunnel continues forward.
Alright, Hal would like to be up front somewhere. Or, like, right behind them. Possibly.
Yeah, Nez will kind of take up a rear-ish position.
I definitely want to be near the front as well.
All right. Grushenko, again, looking over at the party, dashes forward.
Alrighty. Let's just follow him.
I guess we follow him.
Yep.
All right. At this
Mikado
point,
did-
let's roll initiatives.
Oh god.
Ooh, I get to roll my slightly better initiative. Hey, I actually rolled decent for once.
I did not.
I feel like I need a bigger monitor.
I say this ultra widescreen actually works really well for this game.
Ultra wides are the fucking future.
They really are. Well, I'm not sold on the 49-inch ones. That just seems too excessive.
No, the 49-inch ones are a little insane, unless you're in 4K. So, 49-inch 5K ultra wides, yes, but like a 29.
All right. There are no ultra wides within this dungeon.
Damn.
Hal, between you and Grushenko, he's roughly maybe 20 feet ahead of you. A plume of smoke and fire erupts for just a few seconds. However, Naz, it is your turn.
Wow, I rolled best. That's weird. I'm assuming I can't see shit, can I?
Only what you can see with your torch. So,
Okay.
20 foot bright,
So
20 foot dim.
So I want to send my clockwork drone down kind of the hallway to light up so I can see something. I don't have a token for that, do I, right now?
I can move it. We will use the D&D ampersand as your clockwork.
Okay, so that's right now carrying our light source, so yeah, I want to send it ahead to, I guess, follow Dudeski before I move.
Okay.
It just disappears at that line?
The hallway continues forward. There's no way for me to show it on the map.
Okay. Well, what do we see down there then?
Endless corridor.
Can I at least see the guy who just ran off?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to use, I guess, a dash movement to keep up with him.
Okay. Go ahead and move your character.
All I can do is draw lines. How do you move now? Did we change
Just
this?
draw the line. Just draw the line and
Yeah.
Okay.
You moved it before I could accept it. I need you to make a dexterity check.
God damn it. Okay. Oh. God damn it, I missed the box. That was a good roll, too.
That'll teach you.
Well,
That,
I
however-
made up for it with a really shitty roll.
That, however, was not. As you move forward, the flooring beneath you drops. You fall into a very small 5-foot drop, but some nice spikes. You take 8 points of damage, ending your turn there.
Okay.
Isao, it is now your turn.
Isao is going to make a running jump.
Okay.
He'll use Mighty Leap at the end of his jump to cross the chasm. How many feet is that?
The square where Naz fell was 5 by 5.
Well, I want to get over that, so I'm going to have to jump at least 60, so I'll use 3 cycles.
Okay.
you're jumping from where you are now.
I'm walking first, and then
Yeah.
I'm jumping.
You move your 40 feet. Then you begin your jump. As you're leaping through the air, I also need you to make a dexterity check.
Huzzah!
that is enough. As you're jumping through the air up and over the hole where Naz has fallen, a plume of fire erupts. You're able to kind of contort your body mid-air as you land. Your kind of your neck covering cloak is a little singed.
No games. And that should end my turn. Well, I still have actions and stuff, unless the might jump.
It depends on, is that an action to cast or a reaction?
Pretty sure it's my full action. to do
Okay,
that.
fair enough. Hal, it is now your turn. You see fire billowing all around. On initiative 15, everyone that's standing in the back, you hear a kind of sound. A large barrel drops from the ceiling, landing in this square.
What square?
That square. Okay. It's 5 feet wide, or it's.
It is
the full
10
one?
feet wide, 5 feet tall, shaped like a barrel with nice spiky teeth. It is rolling in your guys' direction. Hal, your turn.
Is it an action to do a perception check to look for what's triggering these traps?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that because my movement speed is 45. So, is it perception or investigate?
You're going to have to use perception in this case.
Okay, that's fine. That's better. So,
Okay, you take a moment kind of to survey the area around you. You notice in the square 10 feet in front of you, it looks like there is a pressure plate there.
okay.
You'll just have to use your imagination a little bit.
Okay, so then I'm going to move forward. And the pit was 5 by 5, right?
Yes, the pit is right in front of you now.
I'm going to go around it. So sidestep back.
Okay, very good.
And then across the pit, or past Naz.
So that was 5, 10, 15, 20. You're at 25 right now.
I have 45-foot movement speed.
You want to continue forward?
Where was Isao when the fire
Isao
triggered?
is roughly 15 feet in front of
So
you.
I can see Isao. Where was Isao when the fire triggered?
Oh, I gotcha.
5 in front of Naz or 10 in front of Naz? Or 15 in front of Naz? Like,
it would be halfway between Naz and Isao.
okay, so 10 in front of Naz. I'm going to just move forward on my side then.
Okay, make me a dexterity save.
Okie doke. Makes sense.
And that should be 40.
Saves are... This one I am good at.
A plume of fire erupts from the other side of the wall. You're able to contort your body and kind of slink past it, moving to safety. Your gi or whatever, again, slightly singed from the fire.
Oh, I'm wearing the creepy...
Oh, that's right.
I'm still dressed up as Dread Pirate Roberts.
Right. Your finely duds are smoking a bit.
Makes me look more badass. Awesome.
And see, action move, Boris.
Quick question. Quick question before Boris takes their turn.
Quick
Is
answer.
that barrel made of wood?
Cricket.
It is not.
Keep going for it.
Rolled to see. It's rolled to see if it was wood. Fair enough.
Table of materials.
Right?
Thrill, apparently.
There was a small chance. I see where he's going with this. Yeah, there's a small chance he could be like, fireball.
So, question for DM, real quick.
Answer.
As an Aarakocra, I'm not going to ask if I can fly with the medium because I know that's not allowed. Would I be able to like jump and glide? to make that
You could
sense?
kind of fly. The ceilings here are about 10 feet, so theoretically you could be 1 square up as you move.
Okay.
And you would have seen Hal dodge around the 1 square.
So you can do like I guess you could do a spiral glide if that's what you're getting at.
Yes, Spyro.
Do a barrel
Spyro glide
roll!
across the chasm.
No, it's falling with style.
The other question is, I have a 25 movement speed.
Okay.
You do?
Uh,
Oh, you do, as a racial thing.
It's a racial thing because I'm used to flying. Where does the chasm start?
So it's just
It
the
is-
square Naz is in, but then a little ways back there was a fire trap,
Yep.
and then a salve triggered a fire trap halfway between Naz and himself.
All right, I'm going to move up away from Barrel of Ofun. Assuming that I'm not just going to be standing.
I'm going to
on
move you
top.
20 feet,
Okay.
and then directly in front of you is another pit. So if you move 5
Oh,
feet and
okay.
have to land, you'll land on that area.
I think his fly speed's 50.
It is.
Yeah, but I'm A, limited by oh god, what did I do?
What did you?
Oh, you're in
you
medium armor, aren't you?
You requested an additional 25-foot movement. Apparently,
Somehow.
you dragged it.
No. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I can fix those. Don't worry about it.
Thanks.
So you do have 5 feet of movement to take you to 25.
If there's a giant fucking pit there, I'm just not gonna go find out what's in it, especially since the barrel of fun is.
Do you want us to land on the square adjacent to it?
On the square. Let's land on that square adjacent.
Awesome. Make me a dexterity save.
Saw that coming.
What's that? The entire dungeon dexterity save?
As you kind of deftly, like MLG style, just like try to navigate through this corner, you're like, this spot's safe. As you set down, the floor doesn't give way. A giant spike protrudes up from the floor. You're gonna take
I really opened traps in this pit.
10 points of piercing damage.
Ah, lovely.
It pierces you very quickly and then retracts down into the floor.
That's a really good damage roll.
You have an action. If not, Shizuka, it is your turn.
Nope. I'm good.
So, my turn?
It is.
Alright. First thing Shizuka is going to do, seeing that barrel just, land literally right next to her.
Barreling toward us?
Oh, yes.
I get it.
So, hang on, I have to measure this. Alright, yeah, sounds good. So, Shizuka's going to cast haste on herself,
Okay.
and then fall on all fours and just, dart past everyone.
Okay. Kind of Kitsune style.
Yep. So, all fours ups my movement speed to 35, but haste doubles it to 7.
Oh, very awesome. So you've seen all the pratfalls that have gone on here.
Yep.
We'll move you 70. Move where you want to, and then we'll adjust.
Wait. Here. They won't let me drag the token, they'll let me.
Okay. As you're moving through that area, I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity save. You're going to have advantage because you are crouching.
Mhm.
I believe you would also have it because of haste, but
Oh, yeah. So unfortunately, I can't give you
Let me
any
double
more
check that one
advantage.
anyway.
You do.
Yeah.
You have advantage.
Dexterity
Dexterity save
with advantage.
with advantage.
That advantage, though. Also, could I use an inspiration on this?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll another d20.
So this time, take off the advantage box.
Yeah.
Correct. You won't get advantage. You'll just get that single roll, and then we'll add the 3 to it.
For fuck's sake! Seriously?
Yeah, still a 12.
This is why I don't use advantage. Because fuck this system.
Okay.
It does happen. The flame, however, does streak across your back for 7 points of fire damage.
As a reminder, you do have 2 actions still, since that was just your move.
She cast haste.
Yeah, I cast
Oh,
haste.
right.
and-
Yeah.
Well, you still have an action. You can take.
You do,
If you
actually.
wanted to just run further ahead,
No, I don't.
I would like to disengage from the trap.
So dodge action.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
Dodge. So
Makoto, you're gonna round up mostly the end of the round.
I'm head straight toward. Naz is still in the pit, isn't he?
Naz
I'm
is
fine.
indeed in the pit.
I'm fine.
Don't
We
worry.
just hear I'm fine from the bottom of the pit.
Temporary setback. Nothing else.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing a jump. I'm doing a jump over that pit. Then.
Okay. So again, you kind of deftly move, using the corners to your advantage to make the best of your jump. You will, Naz, as he's kind of stuck down there in the spikes, sees your body kind of just jump over and land. Anything
what?
else?
He jumped. You're saying he jumped over my body?
Yes,
Oh,
because you're
for the-
down in a
okay.
pit.
Right. Got it. I'm
So,
tracking.
like, he also just could have walked over your body? Because
Pretty much, just
that's
use me
all.
as stepping stone.
I'm not a dick. You know what? I'm just gonna take the dash action as well to move further ahead.
Okay. You know what's coming, so make me a dexterity save after you move your character.
Yeah. That's an amazing save.
That is not an amazing save,
Yes, it's called sarcasm.
but that is a shit roll.
Are we tracking this manually? Or?
I'm sorry. I should have said I can add them. I just forgot that it's not adding them.
I just wanted
Boris's
to ask
HP
before.
is correct. Who else got hit?
I got
Shiz,
hit,
I'll
you
add
said,
that.
For what, 6, 8, something like that.
you got 8.
You took 8.
Those are the only 3.
Wow, is
hits
that
so
really my
far.
max HP? That seems super fucking low.
I don't know. Did you actually level up to 7?
I don't think I. No, wait, we're
Oh,
7.
Are you
Oh,
guys
he
7?
Was out the session before and after that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're 7.
Oh
God.
my god.
Yeah,
This is-
level
this-
up right now.
Yeah, go ahead and do it in the background. All right. So this
Son of a bitch.
barrel starts slowly at first, but starts picking up speed. I'll leave just a little bit so I think you can see it. Nope.
I can't see a goddamn thing.
Yeah, once you're
Yeah.
down kind of in that tunnel. It's actually
Is
five
it like
5 feet forward.
Is it bouncing or is it on tracks?
It is not on tracks. It is kind
So
of
it's bouncing.
freely rolling. The sides seem to be keeping it in tune. It'll kind of scratch against the walls. You'll hear the as the little kind of spikes that are protruding out of the center mass of the barrel are hitting against the ground, chewing it up. Grishenko will go.
Where the fuck is he?
Yeah, he's in the center mass.
Okay.
It'll make sense after you round a couple corners.
Oh, we cross back over underneath. Or above. Who knows?
Grushenko takes a moment, looks around, moves up right to where the plumes would come out of the wall, triggers them, but lurches back, lets the flames go, and then immediately moves forward again. Naz,
Nice.
it is your turn.
Okay. I have my drone come over to me.
Okay.
I grab the torch from it and have it pick my ass up out of the pit.
Okay. Not a problem.
And I don't know how much movement speed that leaves it left.
I would say that would be equivalent to getting up from prone, so half your movement.
Okay, so half. Okay, so I'm gonna have it carry me, I guess, up to 15.
All right. Anything else?
And I'm gonna stay hovering.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check?
Yes, because your drone did the action. Dang, that 20 dough. All right.
Location of all of the traps.
You notice right around. Dang it, I wish I could mark.
Can't you do what are they called? Pointers?
This square right here. There's something odd about the walls and the floor in that corner square.
I'm sorry, you said there's what in that corner square?
There's something odd about it, just the way that the walls and the floor are.
I shout out, "Hey, there's something weird ahead."
God damn it.
The word Great Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
Oh my god.
And you see him kind of pointing, but unsteadily, because the drone's kind of shaking him a little bit in the air.
Bleeding from the legs.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anything else? I think that's all your
No.
turns. Isao.
That's my turn.
Let's see. Isao is going to advance as quickly as possible with a dash. So let me adjust. Is there any further I can go?
This hallway continues on just like the one before.
60 feet that way.
Okay.
Fall down a giant
No,
4x4 hole.
You do not. As you move over, you feel a pressure plate underneath. Rocks start to, part of the ceiling detaches and crumbles. It's coming your way. Dexterity save.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Oh dear.
I hope you have enough like cure spells.
I am so glad I'm proficient in dex checks or in dex saves.
All
I'm
right.
glad I just have a high dex score.
Ooh, the cleric and proficient with healing.
Isao, as the rocks start to tumble, you do your best to brace for the impact, and oddly enough, the rocks just not bounce. They just kind of roll off your back. You're not really taking any sort of damage, as they're just a very close call.
It's a fun house. Enter.
Oh, sorry.
It's is the barrel wall to wall or like how
It,
wide?
it is. It's 10 foot wide, 5 foot tall.
I'm going to take out a climbing spike, a baton, and slam it into the wall as tightly as I can. So I'm going to use my action to do that.
Okay. Do you have the hammer that goes with it?
I do.
Okay. So I won't make you make a strength check or anything like that since you have the appropriate tool. You just pull it out, slam it a few times into the wall. That'll do. Or at least you hope.
and then I'm gonna go down to there. It would be, oh, that's only 35. 30.
Yeah, that's 30.
To go around the corner. Or yeah, I guess I go. If I go diagonal, it's 30.
Yeah.
So then 15 more feet down the hallway. So there. Cool.
All right. And again, you see kind of that tumbled debris ahead.
All right.
All right. So, okay. It will be. Do you have any other actions? Sorry. No, you had an action move.
No. So I'm not burning key right now.
Hey, Boris, you remember when I said it was picking up speed?
Yeah.
You can use a reaction here.
Oh dear.
You can try to. How do I want to say this? Because I know you can fly. Because of that, I will give you advantage, but you can try to jump over the barrel as it's moving down past through you.
I think that's probably for the best.
All right, don't fail.
Yeah. Or else this is gonna be the second character that's gone one fucking campaign.
That'd be impressive.
All right, Hal.
Hal said food's here, be back.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And that is enough. Either you don't necessarily have to move out of your square as this thing comes barreling through. Giggity. Naz, it is about, there's a 5-foot square separating you from it. Boris, it would be 10 feet in front of you. It is now your turn. And
the barrel's rolling around the ground, though, right?
That is correct. I'm just saying it for position because people can't see it.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll follow behind the barrel.
You can fly over it.
Yeah, but do I really want to put myself back in front of the stupid thing?
Why land?
Just do it!
I feel like this is big. No, I'm gonna follow behind it.
Okay, fair enough. You can move 10 foot forward if you wish.
All right. 10 foot.
You want to do anything with your action?
I
kick it so it goes faster.
Yeah, I'm too annoyed by how slow it's moving. No, I'm not gonna kick it to my own. I don't like them very much, but I'm not gonna try and kill them actively.
Fair enough. All right, Shizuka, it would then be your turn.
Okay, so she's still hyper from the haste. So speed is So, question, these bits right here, like the light green, those are walls, correct?
Yes, you guys are pretty much in a 10-foot wide track.
So, in that case, she's just going to run up to here.
Excellent. I need you to make me a dexterity save as the other side starts to crumble. You have advantage from haste.
Dex roll, you said?
Yep, dex save with advantage. I can actually put haste on your character. I think.
What the hell? Okay, there's gotta be... I rolled the same number twice.
Statistically improbable and impossible are not the same thing.
I'm burning my other advantage on this one because...
Okay.
Not other inspiration because... Jesus Christ. If this is the same number again, there's a problem. Okay, I rolled out a box. What the hell? Okay, it's not reading it.
That's okay. You have the +3 from before.
Because, again, it was a 17. It became an 11.
I think you saved either way.
Yes, 13 was enough to make it. 12 was not. So that was a wise use of your inspiration. You burned 2 of them. If you want to update your character sheet, please.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a good point to use them for sure. Again, as you just move with your unnatural speed at this moment, you're able to just stay one step ahead as block after block falls. The side of the path that Shizuka's on, the north side, is now difficult terrain. Makoto.
That thing is beating on Naz, right?
Naz is hovering above it. His drone can fly.
Oh, so
it'll
he's
just
safe.
roll right
It'll be
under.
close. It'll scrape the bottom of his nuts there, but
I don't know. I'm 3 foot high.
yeah, but how big are your nuts?
Oh, well, good point.
Well, if both of you are fine, I'm gonna keep moving forward. Right.
That will be
difficult terrain.
It will
right?
be difficult terrain if you want to move over that side. You can kind of dart over where your other party members are.
What? How much of it is difficult terrain?
Every block that you can't see.
Oh. That made the calculation a lot. Okay, so I've got 15, and then that would mean that would mean I have 20 left, so but difficult terrain, so 10. That's as far as I can move.
Okay, as boot hits rock, as you're kind of working your way over it. All right. Naz, you are fine as the barrel, again, as it's picking up speed.
Okay. Wait, is it my turn or is it still...
It is not your turn, it's the barrel's turn.
Okay.
Okay. Grushenko, 1 second.
What?
Ooh.
Does the spike affect it in any way?
I'll describe it here in just 1 second. It's the barrel, again, kind of goes bouncing at this point over the ground. It's picked up so much speed. Grushenko kind of does... He had an awesome roll. You know how pole vaulters go and they twist their body over backwards? He basically does one of those, lands on the ground on the other side of the barrel as it just continues forward, hits the ground, and does a kip up. The barrel slams against that wall. This 4x4 section here ignites in a fireball,
Jesus.
partially catching the barrel on fire as probably a little bit of grease or something was on it. Now, Naz, it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh, so it just blew by the spike.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
Your
that's
Python,
right.
yeah, it's just moving way too fast.
okay.
Had you maybe done it at the beginning when it was rolling very slow, might have been a different result.
Wait,
Fair.
is the barrel following the way or crashing the wall?
It crashed into the crash and burn. It is no longer moving.
I guess I'm confused on that.
It slammed into the southern wall here. When
Are you
it
asking me
did,
if the barrel turned.
it does not turn. It's stationary. It is no longer moving.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out, is if like this was on a curve that it just kept following.
No.
Okay. Alright. Well, in that case, I'm going to have my drone carry me. How do you break up movement?
Just do it a little bit at a time. Like you move your just an example. I'm gonna use your token for this. Sorry.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
I'm gonna have my drone take me its full 50-foot fly speed over there.
I don't see an arrow.
I'm sorry, I screwed it up.
Okay.
Oh, you just figured it out. Okay.
Yeah. And I am going to make another perception check, but this time with the 2 holes in the center of my face.
Okay.
I'm smelling the things.
You smell a very faint essence of magic. It's nothing particular. It's
Can I discern a direction or just all over?
it's kind of permeating through the hallways. It's not the hallway itself. There is something or some things that are quite magical in this location and relatively close. You're just not able to discern where.
Okay.
You can smell the magic in the wind.
Yeah. That's not really enough for me to do anything with, so I guess that'll be the end of my turn. Boop.
Roger. Let's see. I'm going to continue to dash.
Okay. 1 second. You won't be able to make that, so we'll move you back 5 foot from there. Just because that corner is way too tight.
Sure. Didn't you know I can go through corn?
Right? Let me reveal a little more of the map for you here.
Didn't you know it's a psionic ability? Ignore corners.
Mm-hmm. It looks like I stopped right in time.
However, the 4x4 square down at the bottom, I need you to make me a Constitution check as you round that corner. I'm sorry, I say check, but I really mean save. Are you proficient in it?
Yes, I am.
So another 3.
Or the second one.
Your 15 would plus your proficiency would have definitely been enough. As you kind of round that corner, little jets of kind of a green toxic gas fill that 4x4 square. You kind of cough and make your way through the cloud, but it is lingering there.
I'll call back and warn the others.
There's a bird in here.
Oh
It's
God,
the signal, dumbass.
we never told him the signal.
Do you honestly think Naz would have remembered? If there's nothing else, we'll move on to Hal.
Can I see the green smoke in the corner once I get close?
You can, and it, doubly so. It's brought to full attention as the signal up ahead kind of tipped you off to look in that direction.
Okay, so I'm going to move. That's without. Give me a second.
It is not difficult terrain for the path that you're on. Only the northern pole.
Okay, so I move through there, and then through here diagonally, but I'm gonna hold my breath as I go through.
Okay.
See if that helps.
You can make a Constitution save with advantage.
This mustard gas is gonna give you your act.
It's gonna sting so bad.
Good, I had advantage. I'm not fantastic.
That is good enough. You kind of close your eyes and rely on your third eye, so to speak. You move and part your way through the cloud, coming out the other side as you take a breath. Okay.
And then I do the rest of my move through there.
All right, and you give Asao a crisp high five. Anything else?
That was a dash action, so no, that's it.
High Five's gonna pull his hand away. That's my name now, High Five.
All right, Boris, it is now your turn. There is no barrel in front of you.
Awesome. There's only fire at the end of the fucking hallway.
Yes, but it's only the barrel that's on fire. You can move past without getting singed.
Alright, I'm going to hop over the tiny little divot in the ground. Or the pit.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I'm slow as fuck.
You are? You still have your action to make a dash.
Yeah, let's dash. Excuse me, Constable. Oh,
You can move through a square. It's no problem.
okay. 25.
You'll be 5 foot closer because of the weird.
Alright.
That's not
Yes,
the signal.
medicated?
Shizuka, it is now your turn. You do see that green smoke up ahead as Makoto has spoken something in your native language.
Shizuka is actually going to stand up straight and point at like the gas
Okay.
and do cast produce flame.
Okay. Is that a
She's
cantrip?
gonna light the, yeah, it's a cantrip. She's gonna light that gas, and she's gonna throw it in the area where that gas is.
No problem. You produce that small ball of flame in your hand. Wind back with a mighty throw, toss it dead center in the cloud. It does nothing for about a half a second, and then lights up. The sparks and fire dance off of it for a few seconds, and then it extinguishes itself out. Kind of a nasty smell is left in the area. I believe you have a move action.
Yep. So, how long is here? 30. And then she's just going to stop right beneath, just barely stopping
Okay.
or running.
As you guys gather for the three-way high five. Makoto, it is now your turn.
And I'm still in difficult terrain.
You are for 2 more squares.
Alright, so that means next head feet of movement is 20.
Correct.
Subtract 10, yep.
So there's 20.
Which leaves me 15. I'm a dash.
Okay.
I know about the corner. I'm moving here. I'm pretty sure that's still within movement range. Even if you count
It
the
is
corner.
because of the way the corner works.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more gas is produced there. Top of the order, Constable will go.
I like how the guy who moved first is the one falling behind now.
Yeah, he's a little slow, but he was also kind of caught by the barrel a little bit.
Methodical.
Yeah, methodical is a very good way as he's kind of approaching. He is definitely trying to scan the areas the best that he can, sacrificing a little bit of speed for safety. Naz, it is now your turn.
Okay. Oh, yep. There's my move. I don't even know what else to do with this. Actually, you know what?
I do not know what.
One second, I'm reading the spell really quick. Okay, cool. I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay. Can you throw the card up for me?
Wow, someone actually grabbed that spell.
Fuck yeah, I did. Now I can dash action as a bonus action every turn in minutes.
It also makes your speed 50, I think.
No,
No, it doesn't. It only
it just lets
you
you take
dash.
down bonus action.
I am thinking of the...
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so...
That's
I'm
your
gonna
bonus
finish that.
action.
Yep. So...
You're gonna use an action to move. Okay, and you moved.
No. It's when you cast a spell, then as a bonus action on each of your... Oh wait. So I can't use it, I can't use that as I cast it? Or no?
I mean, you do still have your action to use dash.
When you cast
That's
a
fine.
spell and then use a bonus action on each of your turns, it doesn't say next turn. So yeah, I mean, the way that it's worded,
Does
yeah,
say-
you could use it this round. That's a lot of movement in one round.
The way I read it is it's when you cast a spell as one condition, and then as a bonus action on any subsequent.
But you can't take more than one bonus action in a round. So
This is true.
that's where they get it. So you did your movement. You used a bonus action to cast. You can, however, use your action.
Wait, but that's not how.
No,
reads.
that
It's a bonus. The spell is a bonus action.
The spell is a bonus action. It says when you. So if you take out the second part of the comma, when you cast a spell, you can take the dash action. And then
No, it says when you cast the spell and then as a bonus action. Oh,
yeah. English.
Because of the because of the
It's
combo
both.
placement.
but you can't use more than one bonus action in a round. So that
Correct.
The-
I'm not. The bonus
What he's
action
saying is
casting
that
the
as
spell,
part-
which lets me use it right away, and then on additional rounds, I can use another bonus action to move or dash again.
what he's saying is, as per the spell's wording, as part of casting the spell, you automatically take the dash action.
So that's not how it's written. When you cast a spell and then as a bonus action, so you have to use a bonus action. So the spell itself is a bonus action. So on each of your following turns, you could then spend your bonus action to move.
Well, I don't. Okay, my take is, why are we arguing about this? He still has his standard action to use dash.
Correct. So he can move that 45 feet here.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
And then it lasts concentration up to 10 minutes. Okay. Naz, as you move through kind of the area that's a little bit different from the rest, I don't need you to make any sort of save. However,
Hooray!
as soon as you pass through, the green gas starts to fill up in that chamber. Everyone...
The chamber I just went through?
Yes. Everyone in that immediate area hears a loud thunk.
Oh,
Isao, it is now your turn.
Isa's just gonna move up around the corner.
As you move forward into the cloud, you're immediately stopped. There is something in the way.
Fun. I don't know what to do.
You could take a moment to examine it. You could do something brash and crazy. Explain to me how you think that you want to get past this. Because you can't see it. All you see is that cloud in front of you, and you heard a very large thunk.
I try to see if it has the top flip and get over it.
Okay, as you put your hands, we're going to count this as your action. As you put your hands in, you feel a spherical shape. It's no taller than you estimate 5 foot. You might be able to jump over it. This would require a check.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. I'll make sure I'm focused on my strength-based one to give me advantage on the check.
Okay, great. All right. With advantage, you're able to clear over this. However, you do have to pass through the cloud. I need you to make a Constitution save. That is enough. As you kind of clamber your way through, just dealing with the gas, trying to keep it out of your lungs, you're able to clear this object, and you come out the other side.
That ends my turn.
All right, and Hal. You can kind of see what Asao is doing, but once he gets into the cloud, you really don't know. It looked like he kind of half climbed, half jumped over.
Okay, so it looked like he climbed over something.
Yes, he definitely did not move straight through it. He tried initially, stopped, and then kind of half climb, half jump over some hidden object in this cloud.
At the point, I'm going to hold my breath again and move through and try to just like jump at the same point that he jumped.
Okay.
To clear up.
Yep,
hopefully find some object.
make me an athletics check.
Athletics check. Wow.
Okay.
That's not perfect.
Because you were holding your breath, you were going to get advantage, but because you do not clear the jump, you're going to be at disadvantage for this con check. So normal Constitution save. That is enough. However, you're kind of halfway on this object. It is very round.
Can I continue moving?
You cannot because you failed your check. That was
Can I use a dash action to gain a second 45 of movement and like stand up from prone and get out of the cloud?
I will let you use your dash action to make another athletics check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okey-doke. Athletics.
Yeah, unfortunate. You're just scrambling. Whatever this is incredibly slippery. Every inch that you try to make, it seems to take you back another 2.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Boris.
All right.
All right,
Electing to
flying.
dash. Yeah.
Oh, that slow movement speed. So that's pretty much your turn then.
Yeah, that's pretty much my turn.
That's how Grushenko feels. Shizuka. You can see, again, Asao and Hal kind of half leaped, half crawled. You can hear Hal within those squares just kind of scrambling and struggling.
Well, first responding to like a conversation with
Just push through. Let's not fireball our teammates and not repeat the Thunderwave incident, huh?
Well, I mean, I have control fire for a reason, and this fire is still active because it didn't fully disperse from.
Yeah, it did.
I just threw the fire, so it fully dispersed after it ate the gas here.
That's how the spell works. Yeah.
Okay. But also, Isao reported something about not being able to pass it.
You can hear him struggling, grunts
And the gas permeates in that corner, like in that.
It's
in this
taking up
2x2?
that 4x4 square in the where the walls are kind of inset.
And Hal is currently trapped at that.
You can't really see. You can just hear struggling.
Really should. Alright. Question is, do I want to blow it up or do I want to burn it?
You think about that for a little while, Makoto. Go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Gonna move to around this point. To where I'm close enough to where Hal's struggling.
Okay, so you get right up to the precipice.
Yeah. And I'm within touch range of Hal, right?
If you extend your arms in, yeah, you probably hit a leg.
Cool. Good enough for me.
Oh, wow.
I can cast that on 2 people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm casting it on myself and Hal. Let's go.
Fancy.
All right, so you should have a little bit of your movement left if you wish to take it.
I do.
Okay. As you kind of go up and over this obstacle.
Enjoy that 60-foot per round movement rate from this point on, Hal.
Oh my god, and I can dash, can't I? Can you dash
Yep.
with fly?
Pretty sure you can.
You can fly faster than the person that can fly in the party.
All right, Shizuka,
So is Hal now just flying above that gas?
you can't see him. He's surrounded in a cloud.
It's very dark gas.
It's very
So-
dense.
Shizuka's gonna wind up,
Oh, do it.
and she's just gonna run right through.
Just
Like, pretty much, like, she would run right through, but she'd be bowling over Isao, Makoto, and...
Awesome. As you move forward, I want you to make me acrobatics is going to be the best.
Oh, good.
Okay, you're able to not face plant into this object as you just kind of get up the courage to run through. Your arms save you from just smashing your face into whatever this obstacle is. It eats up 5 foot of your movement. Plowing through is not going to work.
So, where am I? Am I...
You're right where
the
you're at.
marker is?
Yep, and the
Okay.
4x4 or 2x2 square in front of you is all gas. It's hard to see through it.
So I leave she just comments, is anyone here fireproof?
Hal's still holding his breath, so he's not going to respond.
Naz, are you fireproof?
No.
She'll just stay behind Makoto.
Okay.
Wait, are you before or after the square? Oh, poison.
So at this point, Gershenko is going to take a moment, seize your hesitation. What are you doing? Jump! As he does a check here. In the bucket. Oh, yeah. You see him kind of half leap, and his suit kind of ripples open in the back as his arms kind of splay out. He does, however, collide into Hal. Hal, make me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Acrobatics.
You're like, I'm dex based. Okay. Essentially, this is what's going to happen. Both
Oh,
you and
sure.
Grishenko, yeah, he hits you. You both go sliding, land prone in that square. And Naz, it is now your turn.
Okay, I am going to turn back around towards the cloud and fire my hand.
Okay.
And it's going to land right here, and I'm going to shout to Boris, grab my hand! And then I'm going to delay my turn until...
Oh my god.
Okay, so it is on a cable. You obviously can't fire it straight through, as you will.
I'm above them.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you're 5 foot up. This will totally work.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we'll leave that as a marker, but that's actually pretty clever. Go ahead and take a point of inspiration for that. That's really clever. Isao, it is now your turn. As you kind of look up, you see the gnome hovering on his clockwork. He fires his arm across. He's like, climb on.
Guess that's one way.
I'm gonna call you Nero from now on.
And I'm gonna take the dodge action for a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna do this real quick.
By which I mean is how runs his hands along the wall as he progresses down the hallway, turns the corner and sees the wide open areas ahead of him. And he decides wisely to maybe keep an eye out for traps and dump.
Okay,
There you go.
Sounds good. Two things that you're going to notice right away, that these kind of pillars are set into the ground, floor to ceiling, and there seems to be runes or writing on the face of them, facing north, south, respectively.
But I took my turn to dodge instead of reading this.
If you could have read them per se, they're not words, they're symbols. On the north, it looks like a picture of a sun. To the south, it looks like a picture of lightning. Hal, it is now your turn. Half your movement to stand up.
Would it be the other half of my movement or an action to help the constable stand up?
I'm Like,
also moving out of this. Like, can I use the other half of my movement to get the constable to his feet, or would it be my action?
I would say you could sacrifice all of your movement to let him stand up. That will just take away his 15 foot of movement or whatever.
Okay, I'll do that, and then I'm gonna use a dash action to go 30 feet around the corner, but like flying.
60. You can go
Well,
60.
I used. Oh yeah, 60. I'll go just behind Sal, but one square above. I'll mark it. I think that's me. No, that's you. Oh, one square behind as well. So there, yeah. Sorry about that.
All right. So I think you're going to see much the same. The hallway does continue forward.
Okay.
As I think this will start to make a little more sense.
Yeah, there's some bridges.
Yeah, why you guys couldn't see.
Are we below or above?
You are above. There was so much action going on, it was hard to feel that ever so slight incline. Pretty much only a dwarf would have noticed. But seeing the bridge.
I get it.
Boris, you got a hand job.
I'm gonna just grab the fucking hand out of curiosity.
Okay.
Okay. Naz is going to like land so that he can brace himself and drone to kind of pull back, so helping him brace himself, and hit the return button on his arm to just yank Boris.
Okay. That'll eat up your reaction for the round. But yeah, you will pull him forward. As he's flying, there's very little resistance. I imagine some feathers and stuff are going to fall in this corner. Just
comedy
So
feather.
like the Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
When he like falls and like fur
Basically.
stays behind or something.
Yep.
You have an action left, Boris, and maybe a little bit of move if you wish. We're gonna say that ate up your movement actually.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Boris is going. Has Grushenko been helped to his feet properly, or no?
Essentially, yes. Okay. Mechanically, it is not his turn, but yeah.
Boris will take a moment to pat the old man on his back.
Naz locks his hand back on his arm.
Thank you, Naz. Thank you, Shit.
All right.
I give him a shit-eating grin.
I believe it is Shizuka's turn.
Okay. What does this symbol mean?
What symbol?
The D&D symbol.
Don't worry about it.
It was just a marker for before.
There's a bridge there. He's using it to mark things of interest.
Okay. How long has it been since we came in here?
4 rounds.
Yeah.
4
3
rounds.
since you cast haste.
So that's what?
You get a minute of haste.
Like
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
You have 7 more rounds of haste,
Okay.
including this one.
So wait, where am I? Am I on Makoto's square because the line is there, but my character's not active?
You hesitated before the cloud of whatever.
No, I said I reared back and I ran. I made a run for it.
Yeah, and you smacked into the object that is in the middle of that cloud that everybody else jumped over.
Okay.
So you went to run, and there was a thing in the way.
So she's gonna step over this way 5, and then she's actually going to step back, and then she's actually going to make her full jump.
Okay.
She's gonna jump at full speed.
So that would be athletics at advantage because of haste.
Oh god, if this is another 9.
All right.
10.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's fucking with
It's
me.
enough.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know if it is, because I'm pretty sure that's what I rolled.
Wow.
Who knows?
You technically got over.
It's hard to put them in the right with a little shove. As you go to leap over this, you're gonna have kind of the same pratfalls that Hal did. I need you to make a Constitution save.
Why is 9 the number for tonight?
Oh. Oh. You take 4 poison damage. All right, updated there, and it would be Makoto's turn.
I'm just gonna roll the con save now because I'm headed back. That's an amazing roll.
Ooh.
I'm using inspiration.
Okay.
Even better.
I thought that was a 1 there for a second. Okay.
I mean,
Flying back in and grabbing Shizuka.
Okay. So yeah, we'll count that as your action and mostly move there, and you're just gonna drop her in like a square, an empty square.
I was gonna pull her out of the gas because I'm flying.
Yeah. Where are you gonna set her, or are you just gonna continue to carry?
I was gonna like move right here.
Since talking is a free action, Hal's gonna say to us, Hal, let's not rush this one. It looks like it could be more dangerous than the others.
Just because of a few symbols.
All right, that is a
Symbols.
wise choice. We are out of active combat for right now. No more initiatives. And you guys have the floor to kind of investigate. Let me unlock your tokens. All right.
I.e. symbols mean magic. I'd like to try to do either perception or investigation, whichever is more appropriate, to see if there's anything that would trigger something.
So investigation again is more like using your hands, using your brain. Perception is more your eyes. Tell me your approach.
Without going in, I'm doing a scan of the area.
That is perception.
Glyphs on the floor or anything that looks like it'll trigger something. Possibly like differences in the walls. That was a very good roll.
It is a very good roll. You're going to notice on every one of these statues. Let me confirm that. All right.
Nothing.
So let me describe this. You're going to see not only this, but the next room. You guys may want to take notes, as I'm not going to show you. It's up to you guys to remember. The one on the north here, the room closest, has a marking of a sun. You will notice it has a kind of not really a slot, like an indent, like something could be pressed into it. Something flat, like a large coin or a brooch, something of that size. Down below, same room, you see a marking of lightning. Same thing. Right above it, you see an inset, like something could be set into it. The next room over, on the north, you see a symbol of fire. Just like the last two, there is something there, and it looks like it can be inset. The furthest room to the south, you see a symbol of the moon. There is something already pressed into the slot.
I will just call that out. Just like there's a bunch of stuff,
Yep.
symbols. Looks like we can place something into them. I don't know what.
So, sorry, I was
And
north of your sun. What are the other ones?
Northeast sun. So that's closest to us. Southeast lightning. Northwest fire. Southwest moon. Southwest has something already in it.
and Andre already moved in between those two pillars, so we're about to find out if it's trapped.
As Emperor Palpatine is nothing happens.
Then I'm going to move up and examine the thing, because fuck it. If there's
Ah.
a trap, it's gonna trap.
Okay, there is a think of a coin, but instead of rounded edges, it's got the beveled, so a little bit like a stop sign, but each side is not equal. The corners are very short and the sides are very long. Inscribed on top of it seems to be almost like a pearloid moon has been placed within this kind of I don't know what you would call it. We'll just call it a coin, just for simplicity. It does not look like it removes.
Is it shaped like any of the coins of this place?
No. Just for reference, it is much larger.
Anybody have anything like this? See anything like this? I don't know what they do or if they do anything.
Zuka, I'm gonna hazard a guess. Do you still have your holy symbol?
Hold it out in front of him.
Is that what it looks like?
Boris is like, what holy symbol?
I just want to take a look at the holy symbol that Zuka has. Not get you in.
Yeah, not a
Yeah,
problem.
It's a symbol of Susanoo.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking. Like, what's it shaped like? DM.
I never got a description for it.
As you guys are kind of investigating around the room, filling the chambers, you hear. Do you think that you will be in time? Tick-tock! Zendra lives, but that may not be the case. Hurry up!
Well, he seems pleasant.
I'm gonna take a pebble if there's some pebbles on the ground,
Oh, there's debris.
and I'm gonna toss it across the bridge.
Okay. It skitters
Just like
across
having
the
it
floor.
Skitter across.
N-
Anything happen?
No, not really.
Do we keep seeing if there's something here, or do we just move?
Let's just move.
All right.
Wait, but the thing, Athrun, what are the actual symbols on Shizuka's emblem?
Yours would be, I don't know, something to Sasano. Maybe some rippling waves.
Is it coin shaped?
It is not an identical fit for what you're
Okay.
wanting to place in
check.
here.
Also, to check real quick, is it the same shape slot on all of the
They all seem to be, yes, the same size.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what this is. Unless any of you do, we just need to move and hope that this isn't something we need to do.
I have an idea what it is, but we don't have the key. We don't have whatever the key is, so let's just move on.
I'm gonna move through.
Okay. In the next room, you can see two very large stone doors obstructing your path and another set of stairs that lead up.
More statues.
Pillars.
Well, pillars, yeah. I'm gonna go take a look. Is it the same deal with all of these?
It is the same deal, so we'll do it in the same order. To the northeast, you see some rippling waves like water. There is something inset. Down below, you see the symbol of ice, empty. To your Hal's left, to the north, you see what appears to be cloud-shaped. There is an empty slot. South of that, you see what appears to be a tree, and it is also empty. So the only one that has something northeast, water.
So,
The son of the moon, the child of the moon and the sea. Who is it? Anyway.
Isn't that Kosui?
The child of the moon and the sea. Is that Kosui? Or I guess his sister?
yeah, that would
I think it would be, yeah.
Did he give us any way of calling him?
We could send him a
No.
note with the paper. It would take way too long, though.
You would think just invoking his name would.
Isao, is that door at the end open?
Doesn't look like it.
It is sealed.
But so which one of these had an actual like emblem or coin stuck on them?
Moon and wait. That's
Both. Yep, both of them were. Well, one was the southeast and one was the northeast.
on
I'm
the
gonna do
left.
this.
Oh, I was gonna say left. It's inner top. Right. It's inner bottom. Yeah, that.
So Shizuka will actually go out and like remove the coins from these.
He did say it doesn't look like it did.
Oh,
Does
Not
it
with
come
that
out?
attitude.
Yeah,
Which one are you trying to remove?
the one with the waves.
It does not remove, however, you feel moisture.
Like, so it does it like, is there any purchase on it, or like I could wiggle it or anything?
It does not move. It is set firmly in. The only thing that you notice that's different from kind of that moon symbol, this one has moisture on it.
How's gonna pour some water on the same one,
Perfect.
like we did with that old the wall? Is it doing anything?
You hear moving of stone as the doorway marked A opens.
What worked for the moon last time?
Say, is there one with fire? Oh yeah,
Yeah, there-
northwest.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
hold up
it's
a
down,
sec.
but I can't say because Rachado's dead.
I'd like to walk up to the one with fire, and I pull out a little vial, and I smash it on the ground, and a big roar of fire goes up.
Why
Okay.
did you do that? I can literally just throw fire.
Can
Well,
I?
What did it
as-
smash something?
as you guys take turns trying to light this on fire, nothing happens. All right.
Before, what was the moon?
Shit, I don't remember.
Pain,
Um,
suffering,
The person
damage.
that remembers can't say.
Shit. Stonewall, dimension, sun, moon, ocean, eye. Shit. What was it?
Let's just,
We can always backtrack. Fuck it.
yeah, we'll backtrack. I'm checking.
All right,
this A
don't
thing.
move, because we're gonna play a little game.
Oh dear.
Thanks, Saul.
Jigsaw.
Would you like to see my pleasure room?
No.
Oh god.
Are we in initiative right now or no?
We are not in initiative. We're going to play another little game. As you guys start to navigate down through the corridors, tiny little arrows and needles are going to start shooting out of the walls. We're going to do a group check. I want everybody to make me a dexterity save, and we need half the party to succeed.
Do I have to if I remembered as I was about to walk through the door?
Remember what? Oh, God,
What
you guys are
moon
terrible.
was?
What do you mean what the moon was? It's in the
What-
sky.
What the thing that activated the moon symbol was.
Oh, from
think
the
it's-
previous dungeon?
I take out a silver piece and scrape it on the moon.
Nothing happens.
Damn it.
No, but that was a good guess.
Because that's what it was last time. It was silver. Because we used Rachado's brooch.
So
Then,
I
with that not
see 4 rolls and 3 fails.
This is really bad.
Was that enough?
We'll
Since it
see.
didn't-
We got one more person. And Hal, I don't think you have inspiration.
I don't have inspiration.
Can I give him one of mine?
No, because
Wait, you can't give inspiration? I thought you could. Well, no, I thought. No, whatever.
It's however the DM wants to run it.
yeah,
That's fine.
in this case, no, since it's a group check.
Gotcha.
It's how you use inspiration to reroll his.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope, that is very good because Hal's was just short. So you guys are going to mitigate the damage.
I burned my inspiration too. So
How do group saves work with evasion?
So, as you
Fuck
guys again start moving down this, the needles that start pouring out are endless, forcing you guys to move down the path. However, you guys are going to take some collateral damage. Some of the more dexterous characters try to push and prod other characters along to spare them a little bit. But at the end of the day, everybody is going to take 4 points of damage. Please manually add that to your sheet.
Does evasion do anything for this or no?
Because you have evasion, I will let you re-roll your roll. And
Okay, so
if you get a 15 or higher, then we're gonna knock off a little damage.
Okay, then yeah. I
But no,
still take damage.
that's fair. Your character would be a little more dexterous than the others.
Okay, I just wanted to check because it's half on a fail, and 0 on a save, but I failed, but the group saved.
Right.
So
So
just checking.
if the group totally failed, then that's a lot of damage.
Ouch.
Potentially.
What, how do I modify my max HP for leveling up?
Since it was before, you would increase. Oh, it should increase when you take the level. If you just dragged and dropped it in.
He's playing a.
I'm
He's
playing a
Artificer.
custom class, bud.
Oh.
You see at the bottom where it says max?
You just type the number?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, so as you guys again navigate through this corridor, when you get to the end, you're going to notice two things. You're going to run by basically a room full of fire, with the arrows and needles are still pouring out. You eventually get to the door. As soon as you touch the door, the trap ends. However, it is blocked.
So
But
there's
the
like
doors-
fire that's blocking us?
No, if you scroll down, if you use the thing at the bottom to move downward, there's a hallway with fire. Or like an alcove. Oh, yeah, that's just a room of fire.
So when we get there, loading, not permitting.
If you
Izuka
don't
is
mind this roll.
what?
Okay.
Ooh, we're gonna continue.
So what would you guys like to do?
It's a room full of fire.
It is literally a room full of fire.
Alright.
Izuka is gonna cast Control Flame
Oh.
to just all of it,
Okay, and do what with it?
and just like push the flames like away from the center.
What's the limit on control flame? Like, how much fire can
I
you
think
control?
I want to say it's only a 5-foot square.
Yeah. 5-foot cube.
Okay, so unfortunately, the spell is just not powerful enough to push all the flame away. But
Naz
you can get a
flies
little bit
up.
closer.
Okay, Naz is gonna fly up and pull out a jug, and I'm going to cast Enlarge on my jug to double its size.
Okay.
Take out salt water and pour out. I'm assuming that if it's doubling in size, double capacity.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think that's a fair assumption.
All right, then I gush 24 gallons of salt water into the fire.
You're going to be able to put out about a third to half of the room of fire. When it's extinguished, it does not rekindle back.
I sit back and go, huh, I thought that would work better.
It did. It worked better than what I was doing.
The moon thing's still bothering me. Aside from... What else represents the moon, Shizuka?
He's thinking. Can I make a religion check on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I
Okay.
know.
So, as you kind of think of the moon in its representation, one thing that's going to kind of come to mind, not just the moon, but the stars, kind of a gentle navigation, like leading you to a point, to a destination, kind of like a gentle light in the sky to guide your way.
Any ideas?
Well, the only thing I can think of is light, so just
Alright.
like starlight.
Grishenko says, "If only we had decanter of endless water."
I look at him and go, I'm working on it. It's not done yet.
And how long does your foe canter take to recharge?
Like a
Rachado,
day.
Rachado, can you cast light on a stone for me? Or
Boris?
Makoto, Rachado, any of the casters.
Rachado is dead.
Shit. Shizuka.
Yeah?
Shizuka or Makoto, can one of you cast light on a stone for me?
Light on a stone?
The
I
cantrip.
can hold up a bit of fire if you want.
Yeah.
Neither of you can produce.
I have produced flame. That's
Naz,
light.
can you use light cantrip or no? Anything? Nobody? Okay.
What are you? I'm sorry. What are you asking?
Do
Light
you
cantrip.
know the light spell?
Huh? No.
I mean, the
Or
produce
not.
flame spell gives off light, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It might work.
Alright.
I'm hoping it does.
The problem is that we all were like, well, light's slightly useless in the light of what's it called? In light of produce flame.
No, I was more like, I can see in the dark. I don't
also
care.
Grishenko kind of pushes Naz out of the way a little bit. You hear a little bit of a zip.
Seriously?
Zip up is
And he pisses out a little bit more of the flame. What? It's the best I've got.
Oops, I moved the wrong token.
See if any amount of light will activate this. Maybe not touch it with the flame, but see if light from the flame will cause it to activate. In the meantime, I have something stupid to do.
Uh-oh.
And Hal is going to go halfway into the room to where the flames aren't. And I'm going to look and see if there's anything on the ground.
Perception
Any
check.
objects in the room, specifically coin-shaped tokens.
Correct.
I am
Because you're looking for that specific thing at advantage.
because I'm only looking for one thing. Fucking wonderful.
That is a shit roll. The flames and the smoke get in your eyes. It was a good idea. It's just... It was a good idea until it wasn't.
Gotcha. Let me look through my inventory for things that might be useful.
Fuck it, I'm taking a look.
Okay.
Perception, right?
Yep.
Looking
You
for
s-
this.
it's really hard. You can't make it out, but there is a bit of glimmer, mostly coming from, you see where the B is, the upper left corner.
Do you see anything?
Makoto's just gonna wrap himself up in his fucking cloak and dive in.
Oh,
At that
Jesus.
spot.
Fucking fast guy do this.
Uh,
God damn.
Okay, so cloak. I will let you make an acrobatics check. Which cloak? The cloak of billowing?
Yeah, it's just a cloak.
Okay, I will let you make an acrobatics check. You will have advantage, but if you fail, we'll deal with that.
We'll deal with it.
All right, roll destiny right here.
Hal has his old robe, his old gi, just ready to put out the flames if necessary.
Okay. Makoto, you're still going to take 5 points of damage. Your cloak does catch fire. But you come out with something in your hand. Oh my, is it hot? As you
I just start patting
yeah.
out the flames.
you see him basically hot potato with his hands. I imagine at this point it's just too hot as you kind of toss it to the ground in a square, unaccompanied by flame.
I do the best I can to pat the flames out on Makoto and his cloak and see what, and just save him as much.
Double
hurt as
check
possible.
something. I believe this is more fire than a small campfire, isn't it?
It's a magical fire.
Oh, so okay. That tells me what I need to know. I can't just put this out with prestidigitation. Got it.
No. Though that would have been rad. All right. It's going to take a little while for that to cool. You guys do your best with hot potato. You do have a symbol, and of course it does have the fire emblem.
Okay. I'll use, or no, I don't want to use water on it. It might crack. Once it's cool enough to touch, or actually no, fuck it. I'll use just a really well bundled up gi, pick it up, and just carry the hot thing to the statue. And just be like, make way, hot object coming through.
On
Okay.
your way.
So I'm using my old clothing as a, what's it called? As a oven mitt.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. Fire is northwest. So I go here, and I place it in, and just like press on it.
Makoto just kind of looks at Grushenko. What?
The emblem lights up for a moment. The door that opens is the one all the way to the south.
All right.
Oh.
Anything happen, people?
Any what?
Anything happen?
I don't know.
Really far away, so I don't know if anything happened.
Makoto just shouts out, "Doors open!"
Let's go.
Back.
All right. As you guys investigate this room, you see almost like old wrapped mummies lying on the floor, a large pool of a kind of a violet, viscous, foul-smelling liquid, a couple large urns there towards the south, stairs leading down to the north. There is a door with the shape of the moon on it.
Was there the shape? Is it actually a letter A on this door, or is the shape of the waves?
If you see any letters, those you do not see. They're just for reference. So like now half the party's in room D. I of course have no way to edit those out.
Gotcha.
God, it smells awful in here.
It really does.
Hal, used to the smell of decaying bodies, will go up and take a look at this.
Okay, you have a good enough passive perception. Even through this viscous liquid, you can see an emblem lying at the bottom of the pool.
Take out the old non-magical quarterstaff and dip it into the little.
Okay. It kind of sticks to it. The top has, like the meniscus, has a very thick coating, kind of like Jell-O if you leave it out. The top just kind of gets all hard. You push through it into something a little bit softer, and you can kind of scoot that thing along the bottom. However, you won't be able to scoop it out with a 10-foot pole.
Okay. I pull the quarterstaff out. Did anything happen to it, or is it just covered in liquid?
Yeah, it kind of drips off. It doesn't catch flame or anything quite like that.
Okay, so it does not appear to be acid. At least not acid that will burn.
Yeah, you
wood.
don't see that burning sensation or anything quite like that when you pull out the staff.
Can I see what symbols on it? Or is it too dark?
It's really difficult to see anything save a nat 20. You're not going to see it.
All right, then some kind of gel. We need to get this thing out of it. Actually, I'll try the door just in case. Locked.
It is locked. You don't see any sort of opening mechanism, much like the other doors. This one is distinct. It has a symbol of the moon on it.
Any ideas, anyone?
I mean,
Other than wondering who decided to associate Tsukiyomi with so much death, no.
We could try to knock the door down.
Could also damage the door so that it won't open by normal means. How deep
Well,
is
this-
the thing?
It doesn't look incredibly deep, maybe 8 inches or so.
Anybody have a glove?
no, unfortunately.
Dakota glances over to Naz.
Naz just kind of saunters over, looks down, shoots his hand down in to grab it.
It's like, so you reach in to grab it.
I fire my hand down in to grab it. I'm
Okay.
not putting any of my actual flesh in.
Not a problem. You're still going to need to make me a constitution check because
What?
a bolt of lightning is going to ripple up and through the arm.
Neat. Good thing I'm not horrible at Constitution.
Okay, not bad. You'll take half damage. So you will take 5 lightning damage as the bolt
Jesus Christ.
visibly just arcs up and down. You can see his arm, it starts to spark a little bit, but it retracts back and it is holding on to that symbol.
And Naz goes,
Right. So we all know what's coming next. This is the lightning one. You guys are going to go place it.
I'll be the runner for these because I'm really fucking fast.
you can move more than 150 feet.
How long does Expeditious Retreat last?
10 minutes.
10
Fucking
minutes,
10
yeah.
minutes.
God damn. No, I can move 90 feet without using my bonus action.
So go ahead and everybody move your characters up north because door E is the one that's going to open. And let's take just a real quick 10-minute break. Let's be back no later than 11:20. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
You're
All right, I'm back. Whenever everyone's here, we'll get started.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
All right, for the sake of time, we'll catch Hal back up when he returns. But let's go ahead and get started. Door E has slidden open. You feel a
Naz,
cold chill coming from the next room.
Oh.
Naz starts rifling through his bag and pulls out a bunch of vials and gives one to Boris, Shizuka, and Makoto. He goes, I made these myself in a bathtub. They'll make you feel better. And then I look at Asao and Hal and give them both a collectible spoon.
Oh, nice. A little bit of healing.
What's the collectible spoon do?
Wave it and find out.
If it's healing, I don't need it. Then you should give it to somebody else.
You have it now.
Who is hurt?
I'm gonna drink that Naz gave me.
All right.
Yeah, I guess I'll drink it as well.
Shizuka will wait to see the reactions first. She's very dubious when she heard
How
he
do you
made it
multiply
in the
dice?
bathroom.
Right click while holding it.
Because
All
I
right.
was
There's the first one.
because I missed a tiny bit. Did everybody get one of these who was hurt?
I gave one to people who were hurt kind of bad. So I gave one to
Okay.
Boris, Shizuka, and Makoto.
And then
People who were,
spoons.
the lesser hurt people were.
Okay, I will wave the spoon and see what it does.
Okay, 1d8 plus my modifier. Oh, here.
Let's shoot the modifier.
That'll be 10 HP.
Okay, I actually didn't even need it because I have +1 per round.
Yeah, that ring is pretty
Could
killer.
I have not waved the spoon in that case? Since I don't
Two.
actually need it, I'd save it for combat.
As this isn't the first time that Naz has given out the spoons, I think most of you guys know what they do. Maybe not how it do, but yeah, you could give
But
it to
what
somebody
it
else.
do?
Okay, if anybody else needs the healing, I don't.
Well-
So-
Shizuka will just like look at the potion, look at Makoto. So what is it?
It's healing.
Makes you feel better.
Is that-
As you said, he made it in the bathroom.
I look in. I told you, it makes you feel better.
Yeah, but the fact you said you made it in the bathroom is just a little bit off.
How
kind of
long-
shrug. You work with what you got.
True.
That's just Naz being Naz.
And shield down it.
How long?
So all 3 people used it.
Yep.
Yeah.
How long?
And,
were you for?
Okay, so out of character, the way it works is mechanically I just have them on hand at all times, but you can only get HP from it 1 time per
Rest.
Rest. Okay.
yeah.
Longer.
So if you drink it again or you drink another one, it does nothing.
Okay. So it's. I do know how. You're just saying that it's good until we rest, so I can just hang on to this and
Yeah, you can just hang
use
on.
it at will. Okay, I hang on to it then, and that's a
Here-
D8.
It's 48.
No, I got the spoon.
Spoon is 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
All right, I think we got that all figured out there. Again, the doorway is slid open, and you guys feel a cold chill coming from around the corner.
Actually, I'm gonna chug mine too.
And stepping inside, Shizuko just deadpan. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you see the shards of ice filling that room.
Ah, ice feels like home.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be frozen.
Making the assumption that ice is cold, I'm going to have my my drone pick me up and slowly fly myself down while making perception checks.
Okay, go ahead and make one. As you kind of scan the room of ice, it's not just frosted over. They are in very sharp kind of ice clusters. There seems to be
I'm gonna throw some fire at it.
a couple center masses. Okay. At what point are you?
Somewhere in the ice. I don't know. Sure.
Okay.
There.
Just roll a basic damage roll for me.
Okay.
Not a bad roll. It strikes against some of the clusters, and part of it kind of just shatters away, melts a little bit, but it's going to take a lot more than that.
Naz,
Well,
let
fire
me know
works.
How cold it is in there? If you think it's manageable for at least a few minutes.
Catherine, how cold is it in there?
It's cold, but it's not quite unbearable, but you certainly wouldn't spend a long time here.
All right.
I look
Naz,
back at the party and go, I've had worse.
Naz can
No,
get out
I can handle this.
his batons and his hammer, and is gonna walk in and look around and see if he can find the little token thing.
Perception.
Please let this be better than this one.
The one where I get electrocuted?
Oh no, the one where I rolled two
Oh.
really shitty rolls to see something that was probably really obvious.
I marked the square.
Okay, how deep into the ice is it?
It's pretty impacted. At least a good foot.
Do you need
I've
a
got an
drill?
idea.
I need somebody to start melting away the ice. I can chip away the last little bit.
So Shizuku will cast Produce Fire. And
Or
she'll
sorry, God.
and she'll use Control Flames just to hover it over that spot and try to get the heat up as fast as possible to get let Helgen.
Okay. It's going to have a similar effect to what Makoto's does. It does burn away the ice, but it's going to be a long process.
Boris, seeing how slowly it's going, is going to toss an oil flask into the area.
Okay.
I back up at this.
And Shizuko will command her fire to engulf the oil, to land on the oil as it splashes everywhere.
Okay. It burns for 30 seconds, a minute, starts to make a small kind of shape down through. Gets about 6 inches away. Boris, Makoto, Hal. I need dexterity saves as something was lying hidden, dormant within the ice. Looks like somebody mixed in a little bit of gunpowder. It catches fire and explodes.
Man, my rolls tonight.
Yeah, your roll sucks, but 'tis what it is.
Hey, them is some Lu Bu rolls right there.
Jesus.
Yes, the shards just explode all around the room. Hal, you will save. Makoto, you will save. Boris, you will not.
Okay,
Save.
so I take 0.
Save v half. Yeah, or your class feature.
Evasion. I love evasion.
Yeah. However, the you're still pelted with the ice, and it's kind of dusty and coating your get up, your fancy clothes.
For half, I forget. Is it round down or round up?
Always in your
The
favor.
entire system is round down.
Except for HP.
No, even if,
hit dice.
well, yeah, if
Round
you take
on
average.
I always round in player favor.
Fair enough.
Hal's gonna take a look now that that's happened, and is it deep enough that he could just chip away to get?
Oh yeah, the ice is totally exploded in this room. You kind of shift through the shards for a little bit. There it is. You found it. The symbol of ice.
Okay, I run it to Naz. If he still has expeditious retreat.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, how long has it been now?
You guys, I would say, have been in here a good 20 minutes at least.
Oh, so
Not
going,
expeditus retreat.
Because
I mean,
Yeah, for my haste. Because
Yeah,
at some point, she could have just collapsed.
Honestly, haste probably wore off before we even went down that hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only lasts a minute.
Right. If
I
his
go over
expeditious
to-
retreat has worn off, I'll be the runner for these just because 90 feet.
honestly, I
without-
still got 100, but it's all
Oh.
good.
That's fair. Yeah, 90, 100, very close together.
All right, you can do it.
All right, I place it in.
You exploded.
Door C opens.
All right.
Meow.
All right.
I would like to check the walls for any holes that things might come out of before we go through the door.
Okay. Make either investigation or perception. Perception is better. I'll give you advantage with that.
Okay, I'm using perception because it's also just a better roll. Perception. It's actually higher
You
by a
s-
decent amount.
You see small little holes in the sides of the walls.
Uh-huh. It looks like the same as the other hallway. Small holes. I'm not sure what's going to come out of them.
Probably
You gonna
darts.
spring it on your own this time?
Yeah.
Wait,
I-
Naz.
I have a question. Since my Artificer's lore lets me make better checks related to alchemical objects, or do traps and stuff count for that?
If it's alchemical based,
Okay.
what mechanically does it do for you? Give you advantage?
No, it just doubles my
Proficiency?
my
Expertise?
proficiency. Yeah.
Yeah, you in this case, yes, it is applicable.
All right, I'm gonna.
Unless you
investigate.
fail. No. One thing that you notice that Hal does not, it doesn't look like tiny darts are going to jet out of here. They look like vents.
I say those are vents.
So it's gas or fire.
Naz, can your little automata trigger them, and just run back?
I kind of look at my drone and go,
Well,
yeah, I guess.
hold on. Last time, it triggered and didn't stop until we touched the door. Let me get through the hallway as fast as possible.
I
Give
let's say it's
the torch.
well. I told him, I was like, if it's just poison, it's not going to affect him.
But it's possible it's fire.
We already did fire.
Like, your little drone is fireproof?
No, he's not fireproof. He's
saying
poison-proof. He's mechanical.
The fire
No,
room is already
we already did the fire room.
But it's also possible that it's not another that it's not a fire room, but just a fire trap.
I got an idea. Flip a coin.
All right. Heads or tails, Naz?
Tail.
Okay, so heads is 1, tails is 2.
Okay.
Unless you would prefer it to be
Nope,
2.
that's fine.
/1, D2. That did not work.
You did
1.
Oh, wait.
Or roll a d4.
D4.
Yep. One and two
is
heads.
1. Okay.
So tails.
Tails. You called tails.
All right. So I let my drone bring me down to the ground and send it off into the room.
That is perfect. It runs through. The jets kind of spit out their toxic gas. It lingers in the room.
Good call, Naz.
I have my drone keep going down looking for some kind of button.
Yep, it finds the door after several minutes of it. Can it make an investigation check?
Yeah.
Does it have
It has
stats?
skills.
Yep, go ahead and make an investigation with it.
Oh my god. Okay. This is gonna be bad.
Is it really low?
It's a -5.
Oh god.
It
says here.
It sees the door, and it's got that symbol of Earth on it, but that's all that it can
Does that
discern.
count for anything? It is proficient in perception.
Yeah, it can make out like a little bit of plant, like a mossy growth on the door, the symbol of the Earth that matches the one up north. Aside from
Okay,
that, there's
so
no buttons or anything like that.
I tell it to come back to me, and I'm going to use whatever little screen I use to review its footage, and I want to make my own investigation check on this against what I see in the footage.
Okay, since
that
it's
okay?
second-hand knowledge, we'll just do a normal roll.
Should I use my double bonus?
You
or
can use
regular
your
bonus?
skills, yes.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Again, as you kind of review it, looking at the door, it is very clean, save for the moss that's kind of growing around it, and dead center, there's that symbol of Earth. And you obviously see the thick clouds of toxic gas that's kind of floating in and around.
Well, I'm testing something. Back up.
I communicated. I was like, well, it's an Earth trap. This is all poison, so be careful.
Back up.
Are you gonna light it?
I'm gonna light it up.
And then I will run in and see what I can find while it's lit, while it's cleared.
Okay.
Because I'm very motherfucking fast.
So Makoto
All right.
winds
Now.
back with his, does it produce flame?
It's pretty flame.
Yeah, he winds back, tosses it in. The cloud just burns similar to the one that you encountered earlier. Hal takes off with all the speed that he has. A few seconds.
How far down the hallway is it? how long
We
is
would
the
have to
hallway?
measure. If you dash with your increased movement, you might be able to make it. I think
Okay, so I have
it'll be
9,
close.
and I can step of the wind for another 45 if I need to.
You can
So
count.
it's
You
like
can.
100 feet down the hall.
You can
It's
count the
around.
squares if you so wish. But mechanically, what happens as you're running down, a few seconds following you, the plumes come back out.
I
Hal.
hold my breath.
Okay. Hal, you've got a couple minutes to decide what you want to do here.
Okay, so while I'm holding my breath, I'm just feeling around the door as best I can, looking everywhere for this next token.
Okay, as you're feeling around, because you're close, the only things that you really feel aside from the stone door, the indentations of the earth symbol, and there's a little bit of kind of earth and moss that is growing around the door.
Okay, I just start ripping through the moss to see if the token's there.
As you're just kind of pulling it off, throwing it down on the ground. You're not feeling anything. You got about 1 minute here.
Okay, can I just do a perception or an investigation to see if I find anything?
Investigation, I think, is more applicable because you're basically using your hands at this point. There is kind of gas in the area. It is clouding your sight a little bit.
This is gonna be fun. Yep, I don't see shit.
You do not. Tick tock.
I start going back, and just looking on the way if there's any side rooms, maybe.
It's hard to see because of that fog. As you're moving out, make me a Constitution save.
Constitution save. Okay. It's enough.
That is barely enough. As you kind of come back through to the other side, just and breathing in, you relay the information to the party.
Couldn't find anything.
So is it as bad as it smells?
It's worse.
Alright.
There's some earth on the door. There's an indentation for the earth.
Actually,
Indentation for the earth.
It's an indentation in the door. It's the symbol for earth.
I wave him over and I show him the footage on my drones.
Is it the same? Is it the tree? I'm guessing. Is that what it is?
Maybe. Oh yeah. The symbol for that is the tree. Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what to do for this one. There's nothing. I can't tell what it is.
well, the biggest concern I'm seeing is the limit of time you have in there because of all the poison.
Group intelligence check, DC 17.
Gonna say just
failing this.
Oh god.
I think we all took int dump stat.
Except for me, but I rolled like shit.
Yep.
Oh, you guys.
Nobody knows.
Wait, check or save?
Check.
Check.
Oh,
I
it's the
rolled
same.
save.
They're the same for me, so meh.
Well, I rolled somehow worse.
But Boris is like,
Let me see if it makes a difference, but it shouldn't.
You guys put your heads together. The only clues that you really have is you have the symbol with an indentation, and on the door was moss and earth.
Can I
I think I know. I think I know.
can I take a wooden stick and have my drone go jam it in the hole?
Yeah, sure.
I think I figured it out.
Oh, what do you think it is?
Stuff the moss into the indentation.
I was actually
Well, I
gonna
was gonna
suggest.
say if you want to say that before I.
Yeah.
So, like-
yeah.
The clockwork drone it starts to move out, and they're like, wait, and it turns around, and then no, it moves forward. No, it turns around, comes back. Makoto's finally like, let's try this.
Okay, I tell her, or I instruct whatever the drone to go stuff all the moss in.
Okay, the door opens.
Does the
Does
gas
the poison dissipate?
It does not.
Anybody have a
Okay.
gust?
No, we have fire though. And
We
as
could
we've established,
we could
fire
torch it
works.
again.
Yeah.
Everybody
How-
get ready.
How many holes are there? Is it like a myriad of holes, or is it?
Oh yeah, they're lining the corridor.
Okay.
It completely fills the chamber.
So I'm gonna have my drone go into the room and do a perception check or whatever, and then come.
Okay, you send your drone forward. At the end of the hallway, it looks like a dead stop. In the center of kind of a couple raised columns, you see the symbol of the sun.
Oh,
All right.
have it pick it up and come back.
I don't know.
You don't have to go.
Yeah. He drone picks it up and brings it back. Drops it in my hand. We go, sun!
All right.
And
Sunlight!
start
Let's send that
meandering over.
All right. When you place the item within the pedestal, the whole dungeon kind of changes. You hear the twittering of birds and an unnatural sunlight kind of fills all of the rooms.
Boris, why are you
I snuff out
singing?
my torch and go, well, guess we don't need this.
Shizuko just turned to Boris. Why are you singing?
Can you not hear them speaking the words of my people?
Do your people speak Sylvan?
No.
Oh wait, no, I can
He's the-
understand what they're saying.
He's a bird.
I'm a
Yes.
fucking Air Cochrane.
Yeah, same. I could also understand. Her.
What
No,
do you
no,
hear,
no, no,
bird
no, no.
person?
No, that's not what I'm getting at. I have beast speech.
You have B speech and I have Arin.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, she's like, "Wait, big bird."
Naz,
you phase-
Naz
you
starts
phase
looking around
into
and
what
kind of,
they're-
like trying to like scrape earwax out of his ears. What's all this racket?
It's birds.
Hal's gonna go
I know
check.
that.
Hal's
Where
gonna
the
go
hell
check
are these birds?
the moon door. And has the moon door opened or no?
No, but the door has changed. It is now just completely black.
It's black, but it's still there.
That is correct. You can see the door, but it is completely like it's been drained of all light and all color.
Oh, that's
Are you gonna go relay that to Makoto?
I'll run back up and say, the moon door has turned completely black. Oh, fuck.
wait. What?
Eclipse.
Oh.
Um. how
So,
do we-
darkness?
What?
Oh.
The door itself is black. It's still there. It's just darker
So-
than the blackest night.
So if we go in there,
Love black.
then. Oh, so this is
I got
a one-way
this.
trip. You
It's-
doing?
No, it's not that there's darkness. The door has just changed colors.
I'm gonna try and push the door open.
Okay, it does not budge.
Okay.
One symbol left. Any idea what it is? Where it is, maybe?
What is
Can
this?
I perform like a perception on the door or investigation to see like there's anything on this door that stands out?
It is completely colorless, lightless. It is just a solid black, like staring into the abyss.
Well, they want the sun and the moon, right? It's supposed to be an eclipse.
Well, it's not that
That's-
kind of eclipse.
Here,
It's-
I
Naz walks up to the door and holds open his bag of holding and be like, I got an abyss too.
Giggity?
Here,
it's not
could
that-
one of you put a light over there
Watch your
and
profanity.
somebody stand in between it and the door?
Oh,
That's not a bad idea. Do it.
Shizuko
Oh.
will conjure up will produce flame and literally put it behind Makoto, just like a few feet back.
All right. Very good. As you guys,
fucking clever.
that was incredibly clever. As you guys kind of look through, the door does change. You see the 8 kind of posts or towers that where you were placing the medallions in. Only one is lit. It is the one on the right side, southwest.
Southwest.
The moon.
Southwest, right. So the moon that was already there.
That is correct.
Glowing?
I take the coin that was in the moon slot and try to pull it out.
You cannot remove it.
Oh, I'll go relay this to Naz, and Hal will run up and
Oh,
say,
Naz is there.
or no, he'll run. I thought. Oh no. Are you by the door?
He should
or-
be right
Yeah.
here.
Naz,
Oh, I thought you were pulling the medallion out.
But
Oh,
he was.
Yeah, I'm
so,
at the. Wait. I thought that was on the moon door.
No,
No.
it's at the pillar where you're standing.
Oh. Okay.
So Hal will say, Naz, can I see that torch?
I give him the torch.
I strike it up and I hold my hand in front and put the torch behind my hand to cast a shadow on the token.
Okay. Very clever. As you look at the kind of statue here, you're going to see it in a different light. You're going to see almost identical to the description there on the door. However, the moon is right where it is on the statue. Every other spot is blank.
Oh. You gotta put all the tokens on the statue.
On this statue,
Yep.
Naz, go grab him.
So, yeah, Naz starts running around and taking the tokens off the other door.
You remove them one by one. As soon as everyone is out of the pillars, the entire dungeon goes dark. The birds stop singing. Those who are standing by the door see it glow and become ethereal.
Huh.
I think that's our cue to go that way, fellows.
Yeah.
So it would seem.
Oh, I was saying that to Naz, Asau, and
Oh. I kind of shrug and start walking in that direction.
Asau uses a P-wing and flies directly through the dungeon.
That's not how it works.
Hal is feeling his way along the wall.
Exactly.
Actually, I have the torch still. So.
Yeah.
The torch has been extinguished.
Oh. Is this magical darkness then?
It is indeed. Perhaps
Wow.
only one of your party might be akin or at home.
Wait, so my produce flame spell has also gone out?
That is correct.
No, I mean, your fire's still there. It's just you can't see it.
That would be a better description.
It's still a flame, but it's producing no light. The light is consumed by the magical darkness.
Well, I guess this is on me then.
So it would seem. Best of luck.
Inside this room, kind of set down, you see a couple large urns, as well as a very large coffer.
All right. I'm just gonna say that. Just pretty much speak aloud what I'm seeing. All right. Urns, coffer. Coffer's very large. Think it's trapped?
Most
I look at him
likely.
and go, never pick up a duck in the dungeon.
What? Of course it's trapped.
Also, don't mind. Monk. He's.
All right. Question 2. Want me to spring it?
I mean, what else are we here for?
Live life on the edge.
Don't worry, I can throw something at it.
Hey, Isao,
Yeah,
I want to get out of the line of fire.
maybe.
This now just wants to end.
It's like, I do what I want.
You're not my mom.
All right.
Makoto, I imagine, cracks his knuckles, bears down on the clasp there, opens it. It creaks open as you feel a almost like a
Fucking called it.
vortex as it starts to pull Makoto in. Isao kind of trying to hold on. Grishenko being pulled in. Those outside the room getting sucked in.
Well, no, she's going to
I'll
just
let
like dive in after.
Myself, yeah, go directly into the vortex.
Hal just preps to land. Hal just preps to land.
Okay. We're going to switch over to a little bit of theater of the mind. You're going to be in some small rooms here. You're going to be standing outside in a little bit of an entryway. You see no other exits save for the one in front of you. You see one symbol above the door. It looks like a cloud with pouty lips and a little bit of wind coming out of it.
I blow on the door gently.
Okay. The door resists your blowing.
Watch out
Is
for
it the
fan.
same door? Are we all in front of one door, or are we in front of individual doors?
You're all there together.
Can we see again? Is it still magical darkness?
Nope, you can all see. And again, you see no other exits around. Think of a room roughly the size that you're in right now. It's kind of a staging area, but you only see one door out and that pictogram on it.
Hal's gonna place his hand on the door.
It is very warm to the touch.
Like hot, or just like...
It is hot. You would consider it hot. If you are not wearing gloves, you will definitely feel the heat, though you won't take any damage.
I push. I try to open it, or pull, whichever it looks like it is.
All right. You open up the door. You see rows of tiny holes are bored into the floor. It's about a 10-foot high ceiling. You see a human skeleton embedded on the opposite side of the wall. It's holding an iron sconce and a burning red candle within. So let's do this.
Well, before anything happens, I would like to try and shoot out the arrow. Shoot out the candle.
Okay, make me a ranged attack.
Will do. If I can find my attacks.
Nice.
That is one hell of a hit.
God damn.
Wow.
You strike it's a bow, correct now? Not the Teppo Yumi?
Yes, it's a true bow.
The true bow.
So it's just a just a
It's a short bow.
It's a Yumi.
He pulls back on his bow, his arrow flying true, dances right through the flame, and a puff of smoke kind of goes over it. On the far side of the wall, the skeleton kind of shifts ever so slightly, revealing another door forward.
I look at the others and shrug and go, well,
Hold.
onward.
Let's test the floor first. I'm just gonna take out the shitty quarterstaff and just poke the floor in front of us, since there's holes. Anything happen?
As you poke the floor, you can see that these holes seem to drain down into something. You don't trigger anything, though.
Wait. We didn't... Does ice count as... No. We didn't do the water room, did we?
The water was already there. The water token was already there.
Yep, and you poured water on it. There was one that you didn't do, however.
It was the cloud.
Perhaps it was a fake out.
I don't believe that.
Does the cloud here look like the cloud that was there?
It resembles it, but it is not identical. Everything else was a 1-to-1 match.
Okay. Should I go first? I'll go first. Hal is going to just run across as quickly as he can to
Okay.
get to the other door.
As you move across, you're going to see on the ceiling little bits of, the best way to describe it is magma though nothing ever comes out.
Oh. Okay, do I get across to the other door?
You do. It is marked with a single word. Consume.
It's marked consume.
Yes, the word consume.
I call this back to the party. It's marked consume.
I don't think you should have said that out loud.
Probably not.
Oh.
To confirm, I haven't touched the door at this point, correct?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay, cool. I have not touched the door. Really don't want to. I'm super scared.
Naz goes, "You think it's hungry?"
Probably.
Let's say. I pull out a ration and just kind of look around with it like, we feed it?
Oh my god, that's crazy enough to fucking work.
Go deal with that.
I've seen weirder things happen or work.
If it works, we'll follow, but I don't think it'll work, but
How far across is the room?
Roughly the same dimensions of the room that you're in. We're just going to use it as a template.
Okay, so I can get out in one move action.
Oh, easily.
Okay.
All right, so
Oh,
I'm gonna hand my ration to my drone and have it go stuff it in the hole.
Perfect. The ration drops to the floor. Your drone disappears. You lose contact with it.
I go, fuck!
Wait, did it eat your drone instead of the ration?
It just blinked.
I don't suppose that's how we get out, though.
I look around and go, well, do we chance it?
I'll see you on the other side, and I put my hand on the door.
Hal disappears.
Shizuka will do this.
Well, might as well.
All right. Grishenko also touches. Anyone nod at this point?
And this is how you TPK the party.
Right.
Trick them into doing
all
it.
they had to do was touch the door. How much damage does it do? 20d4. Or 24d10?
I was wondering why you asked that.
No.
Theoretically survivable if it's all ones.
I did come across a trap that did have that much damage. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Okay. So everyone touches the door. You are instantly transported. You appear in a room. It smells very moldy. Damp walls, covered with like snails and oysters. The snails are kind of scurrying about. You see a probably unknown species to you guys. It looks like some aquatic race. Skeleton is embedded in one of the wall clutches. It is holding an iron sconce fitted with a burning red candle. Suddenly, water just kind of bursts into the area. You don't see any doors or any escape out. It starts pouring in for the walls. After a moment, it's about mid-calf level. You need to figure out how to get out of this room, and fast. But we'll save that time for next time.